You're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, since quite a few people seem to be having trouble selecting a card from their dream tickets, I will be talking about the best choices someone can make. First off, please stay away from any event, card trader or farmable card. These can be obtained through other tickets or will be available again in the future, so do not stress about them. Keep in mind now that there is not really a wrong and a right option for box cards. You can pick whatever you like at the end of the day. But still, I will do my best to help you decide the best option for you. So let's get straight into it. First, I will be talking about the ultra rare dream ticket. This is probably the most important one, since it gives access to a lot of good staples and main box URs, which are pretty tough or expensive to get. Before I start the list, and I cannot stress this enough, everything about your choice depends on your situation. How many of a card you already have, what deck you're playing, what deck you want to build, if you're free to play or pay to play. So if a card is higher on my list and you already have 2 copies of that, maybe you should pick from lower on the list. Plus, we have selection boxes available right now, and some great cards are available there as well as in the dream tickets. So if you want, and you can, buy from those, give them a look, and then decide your dream ticket. Without further ado, the best options in my opinion are as follows. Number 1. Sphere KURIBOH. The reason I'm putting KURIBOH number 1 is not just because it is a great hand trap that can fit in a lot of decks, but it's coming from a main box with so many outdated cards in it, so going for KURIBOH from Ultimate Rising now would be a waste of gems. It's a staple that has remained relevant for the longest time as well. Number 2. PALEOZOIC CANADIAR. The most used card in Ranked for a reason. CANADIAR is simply incredible. It can disrupt opponent plays, help you stall, be special summoned from the grave, and therefore even help with synchro or tribute summoning. Number 3. Cosmic Cyclone and Galaxy Cyclone. These are 2 of the best back row removal cards in the game, and if you don't have any, it would be a great option to get one of these cards. One is not distinctively better than the other, because both can be great in different situations, and that's why I'm putting them together on the list. Cosmic Cyclone is a quick play spell, can be activated in opponent's turn and in your battle phase. It costs 1000 life points to activate, which can help you trigger various skills. It also comes from a worse main box than Galaxy Cyclone. Now Galaxy Cyclone can help you after you used it to destroy a card, since it has a graveyard effect, which can destroy a face-up spell or trap on the field, and it is great against field spell using decks like vampires do. Number 4. Floodgate Trap Hole. Very similar to CANADIAR, but not as versatile. It cannot be chained and is only activatable on summon, but it locks the monster face down forever. Generation Next box doesn't have many good cards in it right now, so opening it just for Floodgate would not be the smartest move. Number 5. Drowning Mirror Force. Another strong trap card. There are not a lot of decks in the game that will get hit by Drowning Mirror Force and still manage to come back. If you activate its effect, you will be in a great position to win. The downside is you can only activate it on direct attacks, but it is still one of the best trap cards in the game. Number 6. Mirror Wall. The best trap card back in the day still has value today, but it has so much more competition now, like all the traps already mentioned. It is still a good card though, and it's not only able to protect your monster, but also help you activate your skills if you pay for it to stay on the field. There's another wall card though, which is a super rare and arguably better than Mirror Wall, but we will talk about that later. Number 7. Gozuki. As you can see, the list from now on will focus on cards that can be used in a specific deck or type of deck. Gozuki is the best engine for zombie decks since it came out. Can be a great consistency help in your vampire deck and most likely has future value as well. Number 8. Buster Blader Dragon Destroyer or Dark Paladin. If you have the pieces for a Buster Blader deck ready and you're just missing one fusion to make it better, now's your chance. These fusion monsters along with Gozuki are in the Crimson Kingdom main box. Now, as a player who has played Buster Blader, let me warn you that you should not spend your ticket if you are not in one of those 2 scenarios. A. You have 1 destroyer and 1 or more paladin and you need 2nd destroyer, or B. You have 2 or more destroyer and need 1 paladin. Otherwise, do not waste your ticket, just get something else on the list because you need at least 2 Destroyer and 1 Paladin to play the deck successfully. Now, if you want to buy from Crimson Kingdom, then that's your choice of course. Number 9. Masked Hero ANKI. Hero usage on PvP has dropped a bit after the arrival of Quacky MEIRU decks, but if you have a hero deck and missing one ANKI in order to have the full playset of 3, then you can pick him up and avoid going through his main box once again. Number 10. Silent Magician. A card you cannot obtain without spending money. If you already have a spellbook deck with 2 Silent Magicians and don't want to spend money one more time, you can just get your third copy with your ticket. Although you need to have in mind that just one Silent Magician won't help you anywhere, so in case you have none, you are better off picking something else from the list. It's always a card you can get from spending a couple of bucks anyway, so if you're okay with that, explore another option. I also have some honorable mentions in case you have all the staples from the top 6 and you're not interested in the rest of the top 10 cards. So, number 1, Widespread Ruin. It was not included on the main list because it is from the same mini box as Fair Hires, and that is an 8-pack mini box, so it is way easier to obtain than the other traps. Still a powerful back row that can help you with a strong monster distraction. Number 2. DD Assailant. A generally good monster for control decks that is pretty popular at the moment, and I cannot ignore that. It may also see play in future Silent Swordsman decks. Number 3. Dust Tornado. A back row removal trap card that can be very useful in some versions of a control deck. Number 4. Ties of the Brethren. A strong card in specific archetype decks like Gyargias or Bujin. It probably has future potential as well. Now if you have everything listed above, or you think you don't need any of it, you can maybe go for King of the Swamp for farming purposes, the Searcher card Sangan, or maybe even Vision Hero Witch Rider. Now it's time for the super rare dream ticket choices. In this one, I won't mention a lot of archetype specific cards since they are a lot and I believe pretty obvious for players to get. If you, for example, need just one more Vampire Retainer or one more Vampire Kingdom for your Vampire deck to become optimal and you don't want to go through the box again, go for them for sure. Now, my list goes as follows. Number 1. Treacherous Trap Hole. This card is really good and for that reason Konami put it in the semi-limited list. If you don't have it, totally go for it. One is enough and you can almost fit it in any deck as well. Number 2. Wall of Disruption. Another great trap card, even better than the classic Mirror Wall for some people. Its effect is really strong and can punish decks that like swarming the field fast. It has seen some less use lately because of Quacky MEIRU being able to deal with it, but it is still without a doubt a great card to possess. Especially in lower ranks, the card can help you a lot. Number 3. TRUNADE. A great card for OTK decks to deal with opponents' back row. It's a strong staple in the meta right now and on the semi-limited list by Konami. Number 4. Quacky MEIRU SANDMAN and Quacky MEIRU Urmani. Both core cards for an optical Quacky MEIRU deck, which at the moment is at the top of the tier list, and probably the best deck in the game as well. They will for sure be the choice for a lot of players that want to build Quacky MEIRU. If you are one of those players and also would like Drowning Mirror Force and Galaxy Cyclone, it would be a good choice for you to open the Gaia Genesis box before redeeming your dream tickets. Number 5. Mask Change. Masked Hero ANKI was on the list, so I believe that you can understand why Mask Change is too. It's a core card in all ANKI hero decks and quick play spell as well, which makes it a great card. Number 6. Super Ass Headlong. A good quick play spell that can still be useful in different types of decks, which unfortunately is placed in an outdated mini box. Number 7. Dragon Spirit of White. A third copy of that card is only available to us with payment, so if you already have bought the structure deck with gems and want a third Spirit of White for your deck, then this can be a good choice for you. Although, if you would like another copy of Cosmo Brain as well, it's better for you to just buy the structure deck again and use your ticket elsewhere. Number 8. Forbidden Chalice. An interesting and versatile quick play spell that currently is not in the meta in a huge way, but is likely to stay relevant for quite some time. Number 9. Xing Zhang Hu. If you already have most of the cards on the list multiple times, but not this one at all, you may want to pick it up since it can help decks that don't deal well with back row. Managing to lock 2 opponent back row cards is great, but the card has disadvantages as well, since it can be a dead card if you do not draw it early or if your opponent doesn't run back row at all. Don't forget that it is a continuous trap, meaning it takes up one of your spots and it can be destroyed anytime in the duel. Honorable mention for the super rare dream ticket goes to Double Summon. You should only pick this card up if you have everything else and struggling to decide from the rest of the bottom options. The reason I put it here is strictly for farming and not anything meta or ranked related. One copy is more than enough for any farming deck. It goes without saying that you should prioritize cards that will help you win your duels and improve or build your decks if you are interested in more than farming and playing PvE. These are my lists and my recommendations for your dream tickets. I will gladly help anyone in the comments with what to pick for his specific situation, so feel free to ask me. If I forgot a card, notify me in the comments as well. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and I helped you, subscribe for more Duel Links content, and also join my Discord with a link you can find in the description. Hopefully I helped you pick your cards. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.